What is up, guys? Justin here with my pickups from this past weekend, and I hit a crap ton of garage sales this weekend. On Friday morning there was quite a few sales going on in my town and the surrounding areas, and then on Saturday the next two towns over from me were doing their like dual annual community town-wide sale thing. So I went to like 50 or 60 sales just on Saturday morning alone, which I know for some areas isn't a whole ton of sales, but for my area to hit 50 sales in one morning is like unheard of. So I brought the camera out with me both mornings and took some footage, so I will roll Friday's footage and then I'll show you guys what I picked up. Alright, it's Friday morning and the start of what's going to be a long weekend of garage sailing, so let's go find some games. I forgot my wallet in the apartment, so that's a good start. So a few sales down, I haven't found much. I picked up a guitar amp. It's a small one, but it's a Marshall, so
continue on State
and there's my GPS. But for $5 it wasn't a bad deal. I did just run into two sharks at the last sale I was at though, so I hustled out of there trying to get ahead of them. So I had a shark, actually another shark, stop me at the last sale and ask me if I buy and sell video games. And so I told him yeah, I mean he sees me in the local Facebook groups and stuff. And he asked me if I had a PlayStation Vita available. PlayStation Vita. So it has not been a good morning so far, other than the fact that the weather out here is beautiful. There really isn't a whole lot to celebrate this morning. But about halfway done now. It's just after 9 o'clock. I'm hoping the Ducks hat can turn this luck around. It almost seems like repeat sales is the story of this morning, because I just ended up at this sale over here, which is actually the same sale that I bought that boxed action set and those boxed NES games from. I think that was 2 summers ago now. But yeah, most of the sales I hit this morning I'd recognized from previous years, sales that I've already been to, so it hasn't been such a great morning. So frustrating. I asked about video games at the sale over here, and the kid took me into the house and showed me a PS2. He had like 20-25 games for it. I asked him how much he wanted. He was gonna say 40 for everything, but he wanted to check it over with his, I guess his grandpa that was there or something, and his grandpa didn't want to sell it for that. So I tried making an offer for just the system, just the games, and he wanted too much for it. So it ended up just being another waste of time. Well, it's about time the Ducks hat gives me some luck here, right as I was about to give up and head home for the morning. I'll show you guys this. I got my score for the morning. It's a big box of PlayStation stuff. Lots of junk sports titles on top, obviously, but I think there was 3 PS2 systems in there, a PS1 system, and there's some better games underneath too. I got it all for $60, so that made it worth it. This sale was actually going on yesterday too, so I can't believe someone didn't scoop all that up already. But I got a few more to hit, and then I'm gonna call it a morning. So a little more frustration. This sale right here. I asked about video games, and they told me they had what sounded like an N64 with like Donkey Kong, Star Fox, that kind of stuff. And they didn't know where it was at the moment. And so I left my number for them, and they told me to stop back tomorrow too. They were going to try and dig it out tonight. So hopefully I hear back from them by the end of the day, and I can come snag it. It sounded like they had some pretty good stuff. So I was driving around all over the place on Friday morning, and it wasn't until one of the very last sales that I hit that I had any luck at all. And I wasn't even going to go to the sale originally because it had been going on the night before as well. And I don't know, I guess I just assumed that anything good would be gone already, but I just happened to be driving by it, so I was like, whatever, I'll just stop in. And I made out with a bunch of PlayStation stuff. Check this out, there's 3 PS2 Slim systems, and then I also got an original PS1 system. It's a 9000 model. And I think what it was there was 2 different families that were having this sale, and one of the families had the PS1 and one of the PS2 systems and a small stack of games, and then the other family had the other 2 PS2 Slim systems and a bunch of games. So I'm not going to show all the games I got individually because there was just a lot of sports titles in here. I'll kind of show them close up so you can at least see what they were. I did get him to throw in that copy of Wii Sports Resort on the top there. And there was another stack as well. Had some PS1 games on the top too. But yeah, nothing too special in the games, obviously. Just a lot of sports. And I've got a big box of like controllers and cables and stuff down here that I'm not going to show individually. But there was 2 PS2 Slim power adapters, 2 AV cords, a couple PS2 controllers, and a couple memory cards. So I ended up getting everything for $60, which I thought was a pretty killer deal. The family that had the PS1 and one of the Slim systems were only asking $20 for everything, which is an awesome deal. And then I saw the other two systems and I got kind of like a bundle deal for everything. So that definitely saved the morning, because had I not got this deal, I wouldn't have had anything to show for Friday morning. I ended up hitting that sale that gave me the N64 lead, and they ended up texting me the next morning and told me that they were keeping the game systems. They didn't want to sell the N64 in their games. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I told them to hang on to my number if they ever decide to sell them. Anyway, moving on to Saturday. I got some more footage while I was out driving around on Saturday, so I will play that for you guys and then show you guys what I got. So Saturday morning, just before 8 a.m. here, and I've got two community sales to hit, two Townwide community sales to hit, which I don't know how many sales that amounts to, but based on the past couple years, it's a lot. So let's get to it. First sale, first pickup of the day. It's Jaws Unleashed. Alright, so another quick couple pickups here. I had a big box of Xbox games, and I dug through it. These are the only two that were worth picking up, I felt. They were selling for $3 each, but I got a 2 for $5, so it's a bite anyway. Let's keep going. So it's been kind of a slow morning so far, at least compared to last year, this like dual community Townwide sale thing. I just picked up a couple crap PS1 titles. They were dirt cheap, so that's why I grabbed them. And I was Facebook messaging a lady about she said she had some Nintendo and Sega stuff. I drove by there and she said that she hadn't found it yet, so she's going to shoot me a message when she finds it. Hopefully she hangs on to it for me, but that's the only lead that I have for the day, really. So I guess I'm just going to keep driving around looking for more sales. So a couple more quick pickups here. I got a PS2 controller and Dragon Quest 8. The games at the sale were all individually priced. As you can see, that one says 7 there. I got the lady down to 5 on it, and the controller was $3, so hoping that works. It has been kind of, a slow morning though, and it's not just video game finds. It just seems like most of these sales I go to, like, I'm the only person at the sale, and in past years, this community sale has been absolutely bumping with people. So I don't know what the deal is today, but a couple more sales down the street, and all I can do is cross my fingers, I guess. So this wasn't really a garage sale find, but I just met up with somebody for a Wii bundle here. The system and a few games. There's Mario Bros. And Mario Kart, Wii Sports, and a few other games in there. Paid $50 for all that. That was somebody I was messaging last night through Facebook. But got some more sales to hit, so let's keep going. Now, if you couldn't tell from the vibe of the videos I just played, Saturday wasn't an overly impressive morning, seeing as I hit so many sales. And there is one event in particular that happened towards the end of the day that really just kind of ruined the whole day for me. And I'll tell you guys about that after I show what I did pick up. So the very first sale that I stopped at for the day, actually just right around the corner here, I picked up a copy of Jaws Unleashed for the PS2 for $1. I didn't even open it to see if it was in there, but it is complete. And then I drove up to that dual Townwide community sale thing. And actually, I think it was the next sale that I stopped at, I found a couple Xbox games. We got Street Fighter Anniversary Collection and Soul Calibur 4, yes. And they were selling the games for, I believe, $3 each. I think I got a graphing calculator from that sale too, but they did a 2 for $5 on the games for me. So one of the next sales I stopped at, there was an older lady, but she had a couple PS1 games. They're nothing special. It's Tiny Toon Adventures, Plucky's Big Adventure, and Stuart Little 2. They were both marked for 75 cents a piece. I asked if she'd do $1 for both of them, and she told me I could have them both for 75 cents because everything at her sale was half off. And then at another sale, I'd actually seen a picture of this sale on Facebook, I think it was, and I saw that they had some PlayStation stuff. It was all individually priced though when I got there, which was unfortunate, but I did pick up a copy of Dragon Quest 8 for the PS2. It's marked for $7, she sold it to me for $5, and it was missing the Final Fantasy demo that's supposed to be in there, but other than that it was complete. And also at that sale they had a PS2 controller for $3. Which looks to be in pretty good shape, so I'm hoping that works. And so that was all I found at that entire dual town-wide community sale thing, which was a little bit disappointing because I had been talking to somebody the night before on Facebook, and she told me she was going to have some old, Nintendo and Sega stuff, and I rolled up there, I talked to her while she was still setting up, and she told me she hadn't found it yet. She was going to send me a message when she found it, and I never heard back from her. So I don't know what happened there. And speaking of Facebook, I did the night before, I was messaging someone else who was selling a Wii system, and I hadn't seen pictures of it or anything like that. It was just, he listed me the games. I offered him $40. He told me he'd sell it for $50, and so I agreed to the $50, thinking, crossing my fingers that the games were like complete and the system was in good shape and everything. And this was probably like the worst deal that I've done in a while, because it ended up being like the opposite of that. Everything in here was pretty rough, and I think I got a little burned on this deal, but I will show what I got anyway. A white Wii system. It's missing one of the covers on the top there for the memory card slot. And I mean, the system came with the stand and 2 controllers and 2 nunchucks here. And one of these weird sensor bars. It's one of these huge wireless ones. But yeah, I mean, the cords and stuff for the system were in there, and I'm sure it works and everything, but like I said, I was kind of banking on these games, and they didn't end up being that great. So we got in a completely blank and empty case a copy of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is completely scratched up. I'll probably have to get that resurfaced. Actually, I'll probably have to get all these games resurfaced. Well, maybe not this one, Just Dance 2. In a blank case, we got Wii Sports, which was in awful condition. We got Deca Sports 2, Mario Kart Wii, which was actually complete, but once again the disc is totally screwed. A copy of Wii Play and Off-Road Extreme Special Edition. Yeah. So had the games been in good shape and complete and everything, $50 would have been a pretty good deal, because the games alone would have been worth that. But like I said, I'm going to have to probably get them resurfaced, and I'm just crossing my fingers that at least the system works. I don't really need another Wii system, but if that works, I guess it was an okay deal. I don't know. This was kind of funny, though. There were some accessories that came with this Wii bundle that I found pretty comical. There was this golf club attachment here. These stupid things you're supposed to use for like Wii Sports or something. And then there was this in there, which totally looks like something else. It's actually a bowling ball accessory for the Wii. You're supposed to put the controller in here and bowl like this, I guess? I don't know. I just thought that was pretty funny. But overall, that deal sucked. So what is this frustrating event that I alluded to earlier in the video? Well, here's what happened. I was getting towards the end of my list of sales to hit for the morning. I was back in my town at this point. And I walked up on the sale just in time to see someone buy a box of NES stuff. Now, I hadn't seen anything retro game related all morning, so to walk up there, like as this guy was handing over the money, was just like the worst thing that could have happened. I was so angry. I turned around, like went back to my car. I didn't film a video or anything. I was like, I'm done. I quit. I'm going home. Realistically, I probably should have handled the situation a little better. I could have at least asked him, if he got any games with it. It didn't look like he got many games, if any at all, in the box that I saw. Or I even could have told him, hey, like if you're looking for more games, I've got some available if you want to buy some. But no, I turned around and went home. So, I don't know. That was just like adding insult to injury after I didn't really have that great of a morning for hitting 60 sales at least, especially compared to the last couple years at these. I've always had really good luck at this dual town-wide community sale, but not so much this year. I guess I should be happy with what I did get in that PlayStation 2 score from Friday, but I am crossing my fingers for a little more luck next weekend. So thank you guys for sticking around and checking out this video, and until next time, take care.